Hi everybody, hi Noga.
Hi Gil.
So welcome to another psychoanalyzing video. Today we wanna psychoanalyze Brienne of Tarth, a woman extraordinary in a man's world. So the highlight of episode 2 of season 8 was Brienne finally getting what she wanted all along. Not so much to be a knight, but to be one of the guys.
Sir Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
But first, let's go back and review her traumas and what made her who she is. And she has been through a whole lot of things that have made her who she is.
Brienne's character has been through a lot of rejections. She's considered an unattractive woman in Westerosi standards. And this is very problematic in the Westerosi world since women are required to be attractive in order to attract...
Right. Only in the Westerosi world. In
of
our
course,
world, of course, it's not important anymore. It's a historical thing.
Exactly. But it's interesting historically wise because
yes.
it just shows how long,
how far
we've gone. Exactly. Yes. In the show, she's portrayed by Gwendolyn Christie, who is a very attractive woman, so it can be a bit confusing. But in the books, she's described differently.
Right. In the books, if you take in all the ways that she described, is tall, muscular, flat-chested, brittle straw-colored hair, coarse features, freckles, whatever. Teeth crooked, her mouth is wide, lips swollen, and her nose has been broken more than once. But she has large, beautiful eyes.
So because of the way she looks, it's as if she failed as a woman. Because being a woman means you have to be pretty.
Is that a woman?
But
that's your social role.
Exactly, that's the social role in Westerosi standards, and
not today.
Not today, no. No, we're only talking about back then. It's not. It's irrelevant these days.
How weird it must have been to live in that kind of world. I can't even imagine it.
It's so hard, but we'll try to.
We'll try.
We're going to try really hard to understand what they're talking about, even though it's so far from.
So foreign from what we know.
Exactly.
Okay.
We all want to be attractive in one way or another because we have this kind of notion that if we're attractive enough, then people won't leave us and they won't reject us.
Right. Not only attractive physically, just attractive in all kinds of ways.
All kinds of ways, exactly. You can have intelligence or humor or strength or talent or whatever. But she is attractive in the sense that people are drawn to her because of other qualities that she has. And these qualities are her strength and her fighting skill. The people in the series, they want to be around her because of those qualities.
A great beast of a woman.
I came to Winterfell because I'm not the fighter I used to be. But I'd be honored to serve under your command, if you'll have me.
Right. This is what attracts them to her.
Right. So she's good at guy things, and she's not good at girl things. And there are stories in the books that she tried to be more womanly and she wore a dress and all kinds of stuff, and then she was ridiculed for that, so that must have been painful.
It's also a personal inclination, but it could also be because she never had a female role model. We don't know much about her mother, but we do know that she grew up without one.
Yeah, she died young. So she didn't get the motherly support that she could have gotten had things gone a different way.
Right.
That's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Thank you for this great insight. Okay, so after her brothers died, she became like the de facto heir of her house, of her dad. So that's again a confusion, a gender confusion, like a woman heir, a woman that's good at guy things. And her dad tried to marry her off. That didn't work out very well. Like the first one, the minute he saw her, he said, no, just like I'm reneging out of the deal. Right.
And in order to continue her father's lineage, she has to marry someone and have kids.
Right.
So
it's important for politics.
It's important for politics. It's important existing in the world as a
Tarth.
As a Tarth. But she can't do it. And so her father's lineage is broken because no brothers to keep it on.
Right. Mostly what's important is your lineage, but here it's probably so horrible for them that it's not worth the political benefits.
Right. You don't marry for love.
Right.
You can have sex with other people.
Right.
You just need to get them pregnant.
Right.
But that was
too much for him to handle. And then the next guy came another fiance, and he told her in advance, I'll marry you, but once you're married, you'll have to act as a quiet, little, obedient woman, be in the kitchen, whatever, look womanly, do lady stuff. And she was like, okay, I'll do that if you can beat me in a swords fight. And then she kicked his ass. And very surprisingly, he didn't want to marry her after, even though she showed him that she was good at something that is important. Why wouldn't a guy want to marry a girl that is better than him at fighting? Can you understand that? It sounds so weird, because today people like strong women, rich women, accomplished women. Guys just fall for that stuff.
Right. I mean, you're trying to dominate me, and if you beat me, then I will be submissive.
Right.
But this is my only chance of not being submissive and like dominating you. Physically dominating you. Yeah, most guys prefer a woman to be more intelligent
than
and
him.
wealthy.
Yeah,
and,
more richer than him.
Richer,
But back in the day...
Back in the day. So glad we passed that. So happy about that.
Unfortunately, many of the people who are talking about things like gender differences, they have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know the literature. They don't know there is a literature. They don't understand biology, like the social constructionist types, the women's studies types, the neo-Marxists. They don't give a damn about biology. It's like they inhabit some disembodied universe.
Right.
Are you okay?
Yes.
You want to have a drink?
Is this like a gender thing that you're offering me?
It's trying to make a correction.
You can't win with women. You can't win with them. You couldn't win with women. Now everything is fine, right? Everything is fine?
Everything is great now.
Great, great. Okay. Am I doing okay?
You're doing very well.
Yes. Yes.
Been sitting in a muddy pen, wrapped in chains for the past year.
And I'm a woman. I was still beating you.
You were not beating me.
She was also sexually assaulted, almost raped, and left for dead in a ring with a bear. But
Minor stuff.
minor stuff. Okay. Okay, so what's the result of all these gender-related traumas? She has masculine traits, right? Mm-hmm. And then she kind of becomes like a man in some sorts, right? She adopts like a man's identity or a man's thinking. Do you agree?
She adopts the gender role of a man. She is the protector. She's the one who's willing to sacrifice herself. Traditionally, men are required to sacrifice themselves for the greater good, for their country, for their family, and women are required to sacrifice themselves for the baby
right.
and the children.
Right, and she's also very strict. She's like Ned. I gave my word. That's the most important thing. Like very honorable.
Yeah. Being honorable is also a masculine role.
Where did you find this beast?
She is a truer knight than you will ever be.
Being honorable is different from respect in the sense that when you're a man of honor, then you honor like your role in society, and respect is about you. It's not about society. It's about the admiration that people hold for you. So she's not respected, but she's honorable.
Right.
And she gave up respect. I mean, she's not...
And you can say about someone that he's an honorable man, but an honorable woman... That sounds a little off,
yeah,
right?
It sounds a little off.
And also, like, she's not being motherly towards Podrick. He's there to help her, and she's being like whatever, like a man in the army, in the military, like teasing him all the time.
Mm-hmm. Didn't they teach you how to ride a horse?
And also, you can say that maybe she doesn't feel that she's worthy to have a squire, because if she were a man with these fighting abilities, then of course she should have a squire. But when they give her the squire, she says, no, I don't need anyone. Maybe subconsciously, unconsciously, she thinks I'm not good enough to have a man squire after me. That's so she's like internalizing the oppression.
You're not the knight?
Women can't be knights.
Why not?
Tradition.
So she's nonconformist because she doesn't choose to stick to her gender role in any price, and
Fuck it.
Fuck it, exactly. She has masculine, what is considered masculine traits, so she'll go with it. I mean,
what are you gonna do about it?
Exactly, and everyone else will catch
adapt.
up. Exactly.
Whatever. It's your problem.
Right, but she's also very much a conformist. in the
Okay.
same.
How can that be?
Yes.
Two things at the same time. Incredible.
Because she really supports the patriarchal social order in the sense that she supports the power structure in society, right? She doesn't say, oh, no more kings and queens and whatever, and an army and this and that.
Right.
She joins with it, like she's
Right.
she becomes
Right.
the honorable soldier
Right.
and
Right.
the protector and.
So she didn't say those gender roles are stupid. Let's change the roles. She said, no, I don't want this role. I want that role.
Yes.
So it doesn't really inherently threaten the social structure. It threatens it to some degree, but on the other hand, it just like even reinforces it.
Exactly. It reinforces it because it presents it as the desirable structure. Like this is
Right.
what we all desire, both men and women. This is what we desire, to have these wars, to have this kind of like hierarchy.
Right. One could say that the first step towards changing the social structure is by showing that the rigid groups and roles should not be rigid, that a woman can do a man's thing, because
Folk tradition.
here she's showing to the people around her, look, the roles can switch, and then the second wave of feminism and third wave, whatever are, maybe we can do away with these roles, but maybe it's too early. You can't change everything all at once. That's not how it works.
And it could also be that at the end, when she tells, at the end of the 7th season, when she tells Jamie, fuck
Loyalty. Fuck loyalty.
then it's one of the switches that she's starting to make with the social order, because
Okay.
joining together the houses and everyone to fight the
Right,
White Walkers
right.
is
This goes beyond houses and honor and oaths.
She wants to be a knight,
Do you want to be a knight or not?
to be accepted into the clique, into the group.
to be recognized as the talented warrior that she is. To be recognized by the people who count, and those are the other knights.
Even though she's a great fighter, she won in the tournament for King Renly to become the King's Guard. Even though she beat everybody,
You may ask anything of me you desire. It is within my power. It is yours.
Your Grace, I ask the honor of a place in your Kingsguard.
so basically the world back then was not fair.
Right.
Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Because, okay, you're saying that that men are more important than women because men are stronger. Also, they're stronger, they're more powerful, whatever. But if she's stronger than the men, then okay, no, let's think about something else. Then we have to find a different reason why you can't
Right.
you can join us.
A different discrimination.
Right, let's just change the rules a little bit. Like, she's like a dog. Like, she was with Renly, starry eyes, and the moment Renly died, she's like, Caitlin, okay, I'm gonna latch on to you.
I do not know your son, my lady. But I could serve you if you would have me.
Yeah, she's like looking for an owner, like to find an identity. Like, what can she do by herself? Like, she's gonna be out of the job? No, come on.
We can see Brienne's search as a search for the mother, someone big and strong that can take her under their wing and
Give her a house.
give her a house, give her a sense of belonging, because we all need belonging for our well-being.
You have courage. Not battle courage, perhaps, but I don't know. A woman's kind of courage.
So even though it could be a man, it's like a mother in the psychological sense.
Then I am yours, my lady.
I vow that you shall always have a place in my home.
Because she was rejected all her life, she really needs those signs of kindness from other people. And those signs are like signals for her that those people can be trusted, and she clings on to them.
Right, right. With Renly, there was a story in the books that she came to Tarth to visit. He was kind to her, and then she was like, I'm gonna fight. I'm gonna dedicate my life to fight for this guy because I met him for 2 minutes and he was kind. And also Jamie, the moment he started to be nice to her,
Right.
that also then she fell in love with him, and they're both out of her league, also in their appearance and in their political and social stature. So what does that tell you about her, that she's chasing men she can't have? Also, there is a tiny problem that one of them is gay and the other one is in love with his sister, so that's also could be a barrier.
It could mean several things. It could mean that maybe she's not really looking for a relationship. I think that the scene with Jamie in the bathtub really expanded her way of thinking about what it means to be honorable.
Tell me if you're precious, Randy.
commanded you to kill your own father and stand by while thousands of men, women, and children burned alive, would you have done it? Would you have kept your oath then?
We really saw that things are a bit more gray. They're relative. They're not relativistic. They're not...
Right, there's a flaw in the system because this guy did the right thing and it was dishonorable. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so let's take her to therapy. Let's let her lie on the couch in a non-sexual way because we don't want her to feel uncomfortable. So how would you help her? It's very, I know.
Yeah, you learned something.
Very good at it. So basically, how would you treat her in order to help her deal better with all those traumas?
Brienne's issues, they don't only stem from like her personal trauma and her past. They also stem from the social order that influences the psychic structure of the subjects that work and live inside that social order.
Right, she can't escape it.
The theorist that fits, I think, Brienne's situations most is Jessica Benjamin. She wrote her first book, it's called The Bonds of Love. Benjamin claims that women are much more prone to idealizing their loved ones and obsessing about their loved ones and really giving them a lot more emphasis. And she claims that it's because women ideally love people that they wish to be but can't, because the social order doesn't allow them to become. So by loving them and merging with them, it's as if they gain some of their qualities, of their desired qualities. Men and women are disempowered and empowered only if they suit their gender roles.
I thought the Night's Watch might make a man of you. Something resembling a man, at least. To manage to stay soft and fat. Your nose buried in books.
Right, who would want a friend who is kind and smart?
Or a husband who is loving and wants to take care of the children, and exactly, and the contrary, right? So it's there's a kind of like hypocrisy here, and
that hurts both sides.
That hurts both sides, exactly, because we can't choose. We don't have like a very broad spectrum that we can. There was one time in our life, one period in our life, the infancy and childhood, where we can feel completely protected and looked after and have this kind of sense of nice, warm belonging. And
I've read about it.
If we don't have it, then it won't come back in the intensity
It can't,
exactly. It can come back in other ways, mature ways. We also have sides of ourselves that are still infants in some way, but it can never come back in the same kind of manner which was supposed to be then but never was.
So how can you overcome that?
So first of all, you need to legitimize the need, grieve over it, mourn over it, and carry it with us in a way that allows us to move forward and enjoy what we can get from other people as mature people.
Right. So don't deny it. Don't think about it every waking hour.
Right.
Accept it. Be sad about it, and also take it with you as you move on.
Right. And maybe she'll be able to have an intimate relationship, not necessarily sexually, but like an emotionally intimate relationship with someone else, and not be afraid from it or not cling to it very fiercely.
Do you think she will be with Jamie by the end?
I don't think so. I don't think that Jamie will be with anyone but Cersei. And I think that maybe she will be with Tormund, because he's the only man who ever showed real interest in her.
Romantic.
Yeah, romantic, exactly.
Okay, so let's wrap it up. Thank you, Noga. And also I would like to thank our patrons. Thank you, patrons, for supporting the channel, supporting the work. Without you, that wouldn't be possible. Some of our sponsors are here. And we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
So I wanted to let you know about the Thrones effect. How Game of Thrones conquered pop culture. This is the definitive book about the Game of Thrones phenomenon. It's a collaborative book with 7 other YouTubers and 2 other GOT Academy collaborators, and we take a bird's eye view about what Game of Thrones means from all kinds of angles and what has made it so successful. Is it the psychoanalytical angle, the way that we empathize with the characters? Is it the historical political angle? Is it so good because of the inspirations that preceded A Song of Ice and Fire and Game of Thrones? Is it the fact that it allows us to escape to a different world from all our trials and tribulations? Is it that it allows us to connect to other like-minded people from all over the world? Is it the characters that we can interpret so differently? Is it the fact that it deconstructs fantasy and creates a whole new genre? All of this and more is discussed in The Thrones Effect. So if you want to get the ebook version, boom, the link is in the description. The audiobook and print edition hard copy coming soon. It's a very enjoyable read. Each chapter takes you to a whole different point of view. Each chapter has its own point of view. Reminds you of something? Boom, it's below in the description. Enjoy.